A couple of taps around the rim. Koa Pete had the initial attempt, and nobody could put it down for USA. The U.S. in their navy blue, New Zealand in white. A block down low by Koa Pete. It'll stay with New Zealand on the baseline, 6 to shoot. Off the inbound. Up top. Lost it, and then thrown right into the hands of the defense by Jones. On the other side, McCoy keeps it in bounds, and Boozer starts the scoring. Cameron Boozer is third in this tournament, just under 20 points per game. And he gets USA on the board first down low. Here's the drive and kick to the corner. A three is up. Off the iron. Grabbed his own miss. Flipped it up, no good. USA coming the other way. Dabansa, the bounce pass. And he follows the miss. AJ Dabansa pokes it off the rim and in for his first points of the game. Jones hands it off. Here's Matthews on the left wing. Tried to find Plumtree. Dabansa got in the passing lane. He lost it on the other end. New Zealand a 4-on-3 the other way. And Hayden Jones gets bumped. New Zealand basketball after the baseline inbound. Crate drives and goes back to USA. Last touched by Hayden Jones, and the Americans get the ball back with a 4-0 lead. They score early and often, and that is how they build these big leads to get away from their opponents so early in the game. Here's Mandequit. Pete rises up off the heel, and Jones soars in for the rebound. Plumtree up ahead, and Matthews pulls it back out. Left wing three is up. That's off. Boozer grabs the rebound. Mandequit uses the screen. Free throw line floater around and out into the hands of Jones. Hayden Jones gets inside, taken away by Dabansa, leading the break, and he threw it away, looking ahead for Mandequit. Then McCoy took it back, and they turn it over again. It goes back and forth. Goodman thought about it, and New Zealand sets up the half-court offense. Left wing three, nothing but net. New Zealand onto the board. Troy Plumtree drills it from distance. McCoy with the answer down low. Crate trying to spin away from the defense. McCoy, Dabansa, the poster! AJ Dabansa right on top of Troy Plumtree. You could frame that one all day for AJ Dabansa, but there's the answer for Oscar Goodman down low. Back and forth with a pair of emphatic jams. Into the post. It's Boozer taking on the contact, and Cameron Boozer finishes. Here's the drive. Too strong. McCoy going one-on-one. He missed it. Pete in there for the rebound. McCoy grabs it and punches it home with 2 hands. It's taken away by Mandequit. JJ Mandequit leading the 3-on-3, taking it himself and laying it in. Timeout, New Zealand. USA fired up early. 5:36 to play in the first. It's 14-5 after this steal and take in transition by JJ Mandequit.
Cross-court passes, they're taking away stuff. Got to get cutters. You've driven baseline like 3 times and no one's cut with you, right? Just basic stuff, we've got to get that done, right?
Fellas, they're shot blockers, so you cannot go around them. You've got to go into them. Go into their bodies, okay? Make the ref make a call. On the cross-court passes, they can't be across the top of the 3-point line. Lift up a little higher.
Hey, get into a 3-side post right here, see if we can get the ball moving a bit more.
Let's go.
You can hear inside the huddle, New Zealand knows that the U.S. is full of shot blockers and saying you have to go into them, not around them. We'd like to give a shout out to Alan Gow for joining the FIBA U17 membership. You can do the same starting at just 99 cents per month for all sorts of exclusive rewards. Here's the full court pressure that has been so effective throughout this tournament for USA. New Zealand breaks it initially, and then McCoy into the passing lane, fires ahead, and Mandequit the reverse layup. Brandon McCoy elevating for the jam. The lead is 13, just like that for USA. Here's the 3. That's off from Plumtree. DeBanza with the rebound. DeBanza. He's walled off in the lane. Now to the corner. DeBanza trying to go baseline. He's bumped by Matthews. Brandon McCoy taking off to punch it home. It's 18-5. Tyron Stokes in for the first time. Down low for Boozer, the two-handed flush. Cameron Boozer already with 6 points. It's now 20-5. The U.S. with all sorts of energy. That's a rejection from Boozer, but taken right back by Jackson Kiss for the putback. A steal and thrown off the defender. Heads up play by Ihaka Kate. Cameron Boozer a little careless on the baseline inbound there. And he threw it away. An inbound deep on the sideline here. Teratna inbounds. Goodman right back to him in the corner. That's off the mark. And Boozer pulls it down. Up ahead. Pete takes on contact and lays it in. Koa Pete with his first bucket. 22-7. Martin. Defended high by Stokes. Trying to go around him. Martin uses his body, hit the rim a few times and bounced off. Looking inside, Pete catches and throws it down! Koa Pete in the post, the jam! There's the answer for Oscar Goodman. Holt gives it to Pete. Now it's Boozer up top. Boozer with the left hand. That's an impressive finish for Cameron Boozer, and he has 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Here's a 3. Missed everything. Caden Boozer pulls it down. Ahead for Stokes. Tyran Stokes tried to take off for a slam. Instead, he just lays it in. Gets the 2 points either way. The floater off the mark. Holt ahead. Here's Pete behind the back for Boozer, and a jump ball. The United States have run away with this one here in the first quarter. It's 28-9 as we get another look at this tie-up. Boozer and Kiss were just running out of bounds with the ball in their hands. A foul on the drive by Kiss. Thank you to Zarbin for joining the FIBA YouTube membership. Again, you can click join on the FIBA Basketball Channel YouTube homepage starting at just 99 cents per month. Pass inside is poked away. Here comes Chris Senick. A bounce pass behind the back and a jam. Good ball movement and transition for USA, and it's finished off by Jalen Harrelson. With a minute 54 left in the first quarter, already 30 points for USA. They're 15 of 21 from the field. And look at that pass by Caden Boozer. It was tough to see who made that feed with all the traffic, but could have assumed it was Caden Boozer. He leads this tournament with 6.2 assists per game. New Zealand basketball, and it's poked away. Boozer to Stokes. Tyran Stokes elevating! A double clutch rim rattler for Tyran Stokes, but New Zealand has an answer! Jackson Kiss soaring to the rim. Here's Stokes in the corner. He drives, and he traveled. New Zealand able to break the full court pressure. And on the drive, it's lost by Reed. Jameer Reed just dribbled it right out of bounds. It goes back to USA. Caden Boozer will walk it up. Harrelson. Shot is up. That's missed. Off the offensive rebound. Going up for the poster, but a foul as it's missed. It goes against Jameer Reed. And this New Zealand run, while it likely will end today, has been incredible. It was Jordan Smith that got fouled for USA on that dunk attempt. New Zealand has never been to the semifinals, and they upset Lithuania yesterday in the quarterfinals in a wild game that had 9 lead changes. 73-65, the final score in that one. You know, basketball is Fans love it in New Zealand, but it is not a strong suit in the nation. They don't see much success in basketball very often. As there's a high arcing shot off the glass that drops in for Te Rutana. Another incredible run New Zealand had was in 2002 to the FIBA World Cup semifinals for the senior national team. Mandequit drops it in. And one of the key pieces was Phil Jones, the dad of Hayden, who's on this U17 team. Here's a baseline drive. It's blocked from behind by Smith. Jordan Smith sends that one back. 3.6 to shoot. And it goes back to USA. 1 second taken off the clock on the inbound. It was poked out of bounds, but last touched by Kiss. The officials discuss. One said New Zealand ball, the other said USA. .6 in the first quarter. Harrelson triggers in, caught by Stokes, puts it up at the buzzer, and it missed everything. After 10 minutes, USA 34, New Zealand 13. The second quarter coming up after this here on FIBA. The Americans running away with quarter. It's 34-13, USA leading New Zealand. This might be the greatest US team in the U17 World Cup ever. They have won by an average margin of 65.8 points per game in this tournament. That margin was an average of 95 in the first 2 rounds. Absolute dominance in this tournament, and it's continuing here in the semis. Here's the catch down low. Pete puts it up off the mark. He grabbed his own miss, but couldn't get the follow to drop either. And a foul goes against Jordan Smith. The full court pressure. Well, this has been a problem for opposing teams, especially in the quarterfinals against Canada. USA forced 37 turnovers, and a lot of them came on baseline inbounds. AJ DeBanza was guarding the inbound, and Canada had all sorts of trouble with it. New Zealand doing a much better job today, though. Here's a free throw line jumper. That's good. Maha Martin puts it in. New Zealand does have 12 turnovers in this game, but you have to credit this USA defense. So much pressure is put on the ball and off the ball. Smith on the wing. Dabansa in the post, fading away. That's off the heel, kept alive by Smith. Kicks out for the reset to Mandequit. Mandequit drives in, puts it up and in. A nice start to this game for JJ Mandequit, already with 8 points. He's averaging 5.6. Martin, the floater, too strong. Tapped around, it's kept alive by Kiss, the left-handed floater. And Boozer grabs it for USA. Mandequit. Inside. Boozer in the post, flips it up and in. Cameron Boozer, so tough to guard. He's got 8 points. Actually, that shot makes it 10. Cameron Boozer already into double figures today. Gus Dallow gets fouled. Dallow's sister, Florence, plays at the University of Portland. One of 3 players on that team from New Zealand. And New Zealand had 10 players playing college basketball in the United States in the 2023-24 season. And Gus Dallow at the free throw line has scored for the first time now in the knockout stage. Goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Mandequit and Dabansa bring it across. Pete at the free throw line. Turns, gets to the basket and finishes with the left hand. Koa Pete with 6 points. Here's a corner 3. Missed everything. Right into the hands of Mandequit. Pete. Walled off on the baseline. Back the other way. Great defense down low by Jackson Ball. Ball allowing Pete no space to spin and drive baseline. Here's where the issues came yesterday, but New Zealand breaks it. Wide open in the corner. That's in! It's a 3 for Jameer Reed. Spinning to the basket. AJ Dabansa! All over Reed, his second poster dunk of the first half. 3 is way off from Ball. Dabansa wants it again. Instead, it's Mandequit. The 3 is off the mark. AJ Dabansa with 6 points. 4 of them on poster dunks. Here he is in the corner. Mandequit gets inside and floats it in. JJ Mandequit already into double figures with 10 points. Another open corner 3. That's off. Batted around, loose on the floor. Mandequit scoops it up. Mandequit will take it himself. The layup off the rim. Pete the offensive rebound and stick back. Here's the drive. Too strong. Boozer pulls it down. That was missed by Dallow. Boozer takes it himself. And he couldn't finish through contact. No foul called. Here's Goodman. Corner pop. Kate missed it. The three-point shooting struggles continue for New Zealand as it's thrown down by Brandon McCoy. USA is running away with this game here in the second quarter. 5:48 to go in the first half. It's 48-20. Mandequit a full court heave, and Brandon McCoy finishes. New Zealand has had a lot of open looks from distance, but they're 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. And most of them have been open looks from the corners. Doing a nice job with the drive and kicks, especially in transition, but not able to hit their open threes. USA is 24 of 39 from the field. A look inside the New Zealand huddle for head coach Leighton Haddleton. Haddleton has probably the best team form that New Zealand has ever had for a youth team. He said it was the biggest headache he's ever had picking a roster for a national team. But New Zealand is running into a different test here today against USA, as pretty much every team has. "44 of the 48 points for USA have come from the paint. They have 30 fast break points and 18 points off of 14 New Zealand turnovers. Defense turning into offense for USA, and New Zealand running into all sorts of trouble. Here's Jaden Toombs on defense, number 15 in blue, into the game for the first time. A team low 11 minutes per game. The most impressive thing in my mind about this USA team, no player averages less than 10 minutes per game or over 20 minutes per game. Such a well-balanced team, so much depth, and dominating everyone. Here's the takeaway. Stokes, back to McCoy! Brandon McCoy, the third player into double figures for USA with the jam. Almost another steal. Instead, it's a layup inside through contact. All the way down the floor, and McCoy has a second straight flush. Brandon McCoy now with a team-high 12 points on 6 of 7 from the floor. Rebound into the hands of Stokes. Down the other way. Caden Boozer through the contact, floats it off the glass and in. Here's a takeaway by McCoy. Gives it up. Holt keeps it alive. Stokes to McCoy for the lay-in. "16 turnovers for New Zealand, and a lot of them not their fault. USA with 13 steals. Trying to go to Matthews in the corner. Last touch by USA. It'll stay on the baseline with New Zealand. Brandon McCoy steps out for head coach Sharman White's team. 6 to shoot for New Zealand. And the inbound thrown out of bounds, but last touch by Boozer. It stays here with New Zealand. Nope. They'll reverse the call. It goes to USA. Here's the attack, and an easy lay-in for Caleb Holt. Another takeaway. Jaden Toombs puts it in. Ten players have already scored for USA. Still 3:48 to go in the first half. The record for points and a half is 76. The U.S. did it in 2010. But the record for a first half is 66, which they did yesterday against Canada. They are well on pace to break that record, already with 60. There's an and one. Jackson Kiss finishing through the contact. Foul is against Caden Boozer. First personal against Boozer. And that was actually James Matthews with the and one. That's his first bucket. He converts on the three-point play. A foul. That'll go against Goodman, having to defend two at once on the handoff. And Goodman, a little over-aggressive, running into Boozer. 15 on the shot clock for USA. 60-25. Our scoreboard at 24. We'll get that updated. Here's Stokes slicing through the lane and lays it in. Plumtree. Oof. Oscar Goodman tried to elevate for a poster. He missed it. Stokes can't lay it in. A one-handed bounce pass is just a step in front of Goodman, and he could not corral it. USA showing off why they're considered the greatest U17 team ever. Inside 3 to play in the first half. Here's the drive by Boozer, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here. Last touched by Ball. Senek will inbound. Stokes to Senek, fading away from the basket, and Chris Senek will go to the line to shoot two. The five-star prospect, top 15 in the class of 2025 in the national rankings. He's got 30 offers, and 22 of them have come since April, including Alabama, Kansas, UConn, and Kentucky. Senek off on the first free throw. New Zealand will still have the chance to play for a medal in the bronze medal game, assuming they can't come back in the second half. And our scoreboard now updated. Senek, the 11th player out of 12 to score for USA, makes it 63-25. All the way ahead. Boozer. Ooh, he took a tough fall. Good to see Caden Boozer get up. The pass all the way up the floor by Senek. Got his feet tangled up. Boozer and Matthews talk about it, but everyone gets up okay. Shout out to Susan Akaiti for joining the FIBA YouTube membership. 2:25 to go in the second quarter. Senek has it rejected, and it was last touched by him. The bronze medal game will be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. The gold medal game at 1 o'clock Eastern. Both of those games are tomorrow. Winner faces the winner of Italy-Turkey. Here's another giveaway. Harrelson missed it. It's tapped around. Harrelson gets it back. 0 for 2 on that trip down the floor goes Jalen Harrelson. He gets his hands in the passing lane, but he was the last to touch it. Back to New Zealand. The Italy-Turkey semifinal game at 1 o'clock Eastern today is shaping up to be an incredible game. The two teams met in the group stage, and Turkey was down 16 in the second quarter. They came all the way back to win it. 79-74 was the final, so that Turkey-Italy game will be awesome, and a great home crowd expected for the host nation, Turkey. Here's Stokes taking on contact, could not finish it. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Susie Kirikiri also joining our FIBA YouTube membership. Starting at just 99 cents per month, you can receive all sorts of perks, including custom badges and avatars, member-only posts and polls, exclusive Q&As with FIBA experts, and more. Click join on the FIBA YouTube homepage to start your membership. Here's a drive and kick. The corner 3 is sent back by Stokes. Tyron Stokes having absolutely no part of that triple. New Zealand 2 of 11 from beyond the 3-point line. And they've had a lot of open looks. That one not so much, as Stokes with a nice closeout to the corner. Here's a drive. It's put up and rejected. Down low off the glass. And, well, New Zealand can call that one a pass as it's followed and put back in. Senek catches, turns, and jams it in. Chris Senek, the big man, going up for his first field goal. He can't grab this rebound. Put back up and a foul against Senek. Now 11 players have put in a field goal. As a team, USA is 32 of 52 from the floor. Senek heads to the bench. At the line, Jackson Kiss. Good on the first. Kiss is the only player on this team that was not a part of the U17 Asia Cup team last year. He recovered from a serious knee injury to be a part of this team, and he's made a big impact. 15 points per game in the knockout stage, including 17 yesterday against Lithuania. Off the inbound, looking for the lob to Harrelson. It's taken away. Teyratna thought about it, gives it up. Plumtree, cross court. Wide open in the corner. Missed everything. It drops into the hands of Stokes. Harrelson. Extra pass. That's a 3 from Holt. Puts it in. Caleb Holt drills the long-range shot. And the Alabama High School Player of the Year has 5 points. There's the answer, though, for New Zealand. Troy Plumtree drops it in. Holt comes off the screen to get it. Looking for Stokes in the corner. Taken away. Under 10 seconds to go in the first half. And New Zealand adds 2. Hunter Teyratna puts it in. And the last second heave is off. 20 minutes down, 20 to go here from Turkey. Another look at this final shot. Hunter Teyratna adding 2 for New Zealand as the first half comes to a close. They trail USA 69-34. USA breaks the record for most points ever in a first half in the FIBA U17 World Cup with 69. It's a 35-point lead at the halftime break. We'll step aside and come back for the second half after this here on the FIBA Basketball Channel. USA 69, New Zealand 34. The second half is next.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
turnover. Pushing forward. Matisse, can he tip it to Perez? He gets it back, and another big block underneath the rim. Rogni Santiago. And a triple team here. Holt, tip pass, and a brilliant block. Excellent block, in fact, from probably the smallest player on the court. Jordan Charles rising up. On that nice hesitation there, Jimenez though gets his hands to it. They're breaking away here, 3 versus 2, to the pocket and the jam! Catch the body, don't jump with me. You're gonna get caught, says Camboy. Moves the ball to Urban. Driving to the bucket, going up stronger. What a finish that is! Rising up, looking like he was gonna throw it down. Rearranges. Soft touch, Lloyd. Oh, what a finish! His reaction. It was a purposeful. The 3 off in time. Boyka. Oh! And he makes it on the buzzer. Lights out. What a finish! Fading away to the right. Unbalanced. Nothing but net. Wow.
And that is it. You know, they do lack experience, obviously so because of their age. You know, and that's why we said it's very easy.
There it is. That's nice. Stokes with the Jumpman logo. Almost loses it. Needs to really get it out of his hands. Oh, doesn't do that, and he's punished. Deal. Oh, what a rejection that is! Diego Garavaglia looks to his bench and said, yeah, that was me.
Listen, again, they are still under 17. Yeah, I mean, there was lots of smiles from the American bench.
Oh, that's nasty, that block. Major pin to the glass, put it on a notice board. Caleb Hall. Well, Villanovas here dishing it off. Trying to get going in transition. The steal comes away. Matthews throwing it up top, and there it is. Our first highlight of the day early on in this one. Big time slam from the number 5, Troy Plumtree. Wind it down, it's stolen away by Spaniard. Pushing forward. A fight for position here. Arnett has it now. It's 3 versus 1. The ball goes to the bucket. Hennessy jumps it home. Right on time. 2-point lead. The clock will stop.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
At the halftime break, USA leading New Zealand 69-34 in the FIBA U17 World Cup semifinals. I'm Michael Cerrone with you, and it was dominance from the get-go for USA. 58 points in the paint, and New Zealand had no answers. This USA team showing off why they're considered the greatest in U17 history. New Zealand's run is not over. They'll have the chance to play for bronze tomorrow. USA will move on to the gold medal game. Both games are tomorrow. The winner gets the winner of Italy against Turkey, which will tip off at 1 o'clock Eastern today. That's going to be an incredible game. Here at Sinan Erden Dome, the capacity crowd of 16,000 is expected for the home nation, Turkey. The two teams met in group play, and what a game it was. A 5-point win for Turkey. They were down 16 in the second quarter. The second half is underway between USA and New Zealand in our first semifinal game, as New Zealand continues the story of the game to begin the second half with a missed triple. Mandequit goes all the way to the backcourt to get it. And now back to New Zealand. New Zealand is 3 of 14 on three-point attempts. Some have been pretty open. Others have not. It's a foul against J.J. Mandequit. He had a nice first half, 10 points. USA was led by 14 from Brandon McCoy. They had 3 players in double figures. Another 3 is off from Teiratana. USA pushing the pace. Pete takes it in around the rim and it drops in. There's a flush. Another look at this. Cameron Boozer going up for the block. Not good enough though. Troy Plumtree throwing it down. A steal down low. Fire inside. The extra pass. A right wing 3. New Zealand cannot hit the bottom of the basket from beyond the arc. McCoy into the lane! Hello! Brandon McCoy elevating for the rim rattler over the defender. "16 points for Brandon McCoy. The exclamation point. Dabansa hits it from deep. AJ Dabansa up to 9 points. He had a couple of poster jams, including one of the greatest you'll see on top of Troy Plumtree early in the first quarter. But Brandon McCoy, look at this jam. Teiratana could not send it back. This USA team so dominant. New Zealand still sticking around though. There is no giving up in international basketball. USA just so difficult to stop. Free throw drops in for Hayden Jones. 13 points, 13 rebounds against Lithuania. Last year in the U16 Asian Championship, Hayden Jones had 31 points and 12 rebounds against Australia. It was not enough as New Zealand fell in the gold medal game, but it was an incredible game. They lost 79-76. Again, 11 players were on that team that came back for this U17 squad. Brandon McCoy, 8 of 9 from the field with 16 points and 5 assists to go along with 5 steals. As a team, USA has 17. Fast break opportunity is cut short, but Brandon McCoy ends up with another dunk. Off the feed from J.J. Mandequit, and McCoy throws down the hammer with 2 hands. Foul against AJ Dabansa as he reaches in from behind. First personal against Dabansa. He has 9 points, scored 18 yesterday versus Canada. Just under 15 per game on the tournament. A 3 is way off. Into the hands of Pete. Pete will try a 3. That's in. Koa Pete now with 13 points. His first 3-point attempt is good. That's a long answer that won't drop in. And Boozer gets fouled. Cameron Boozer has 10 points, 5 of 7 from the floor. He'll go to the line after this long feed from AJ Dabansa. And yep, I would say that's a foul. Jones came right down onto his head. And Cameron Boozer, who's third in this tournament with 19.8 points per game, at the free throw line. Boozer scored 20 in the round of 16 against the Philippines, followed it up with 13 points and 10 rebounds against Canada. 2 for 2 at the line. Boozer is the number 2 player in America regardless of class, behind only AJ Dabansa. A nice wraparound pass from Jones, and a layup drops in. New Zealand has been really impressive with their ball movement. They just have shot themselves in the foot at times with missed open looks, as a foul on the pass. The entry into Boozer, and it goes against Goodman. Oscar Goodman has been very quiet today, just 6 points for New Zealand. He's 5th with 17.6 a game. He had 19 and 10 rebounds yesterday against Lithuania. McCoy to Boozer. The road to the first ever semifinal appearance for New Zealand. A 21-point win over Egypt in the round of 16. They never trailed in that game and had 46 points in the paint. And then an upset over Lithuania yesterday. 5 players scored in double figures. And they are making their first ever semifinal appearance for any youth age group. Mandequit tries a left wing 3 and drills it. JJ Mandequit now with 15 points. That's a new tournament high for him. And USA has 90. There's a 3. Ball can't answer from distance. Goodman up ahead. Ball spins into the paint and gets fouled. It goes against Caleb Holt. JJ Mandequit on the tournament. He's averaging 5.6 points. He's 5th with 4.8 assists per game, but a big game here today. 7 of 10 from the field for 15 points. USA is 4 of 7 as a team from distance. 41 of 63 total. They have 30 assists on those 41 made field goals. To the corner, 5 to shoot, and it's thrown off the foot of Holt. It'll stay with New Zealand, and the shot clock resets to 14. Three off the inbound. It's short. Stokes soars in for the board. Tyron Stokes pushes ahead. Tipped around. Holt to Boozer. And poked out by Goodman. Nice post defense by Oscar Goodman. Here's Dabansa. Taking off with 2 hands. AJ Dabansa into double figures as he soars in. Boozer takes it away. Right back to Dabansa. Boozer, extra pass. There's a 3. It's short, out of the hands of Dabansa. And Martin will bring it up for New Zealand. Stokes a near steal. That's a good feed and a missed layup. Mana Martin with a great wraparound pass. 2-on-0 if USA can get there, but unable to track it down is Pete. Or no, that's Caden Boozer, excuse me. (92-39), 4:05 to go in the third quarter. USA head coach Sharman White will go to 37-0 all-time with USA basketball and 26-0 as a head coach. He was the head coach for the U17 AmeriCup team that won gold to qualify USA for this World Cup. And they ran through that AmeriCup, winning by an average margin of 64.5 points per game. They won the gold medal game 118-36 over Canada. Here's Smith. A long two, that's good, and all 12 players have scored for USA. Jordan Smith makes his second attempt of the game, and he's the last one to get into the point column for the Americans. USA has 5 players in double figures already. Stokes not far behind with 7. And they have done it with a whole lot of exclamation points. Elbow jumper, too strong from Crate. Ahead, Harrelson saves it from going out of bounds. Kick out. Stokes into the lane and punches it in with 2 hands. New Zealand head coach Leighton Haddleton has a decision to make in the 4th quarter if he wants to rest his players for tomorrow's bronze medal game, or if he keeps them in, as we have a foul down low. That one goes against Jordan Smith. Going to the line for a pair is Jameer Reed. Leighton Haddleton said about today's game, he called it a good opportunity to match up with someone who has size like us. And then he went on to say, we will see what happens. Well, today we have seen what has happened. 96-39 USA on top of New Zealand. Again, this New Zealand team is the best it's ever been. Probably the best generation of prospects the nation has seen, as Haddleton looks on, the head coach of Lincoln University. He's been with this squad since the U15 Oceania tournament 2 years ago, and he also coached them in last year's U16 Asia Cup. And an all-time run in this U17 World Cup for New Zealand. There is nothing to hang your head about. This USA team is a different animal. And being down by 56 here in the 3rd is not uncommon. They won by 94 to close out group play, and then by 96 to start off the knockout stage over the Philippines. Sharman White looks on. Nothing but smiles today, and really throughout this entire tournament. But he does not sit down much. He looks on, standing up. Sharman White, the head coach at Pace Academy in Georgia. He coached the Hoop Summit USA team to a victory over the world team back in April. Former assistant at Georgia State from 2016 to 2018. If you remember their head coach Ron Hunter falling off a stool when his son RJ hit a 3, Sharman White was on the bench for that moment. As there's a jam from Lachlan Crate. Lachlan Crate averaging over 9 per game in this tournament. Team high 15.2 in last year's Asia Cup. Boozer kicks out. Harrelson misses the 3. Offensive rebound and putback is good for Caleb Holt. Almost another steal, excuse me. Got too excited for Caden Boozer, who already has 3 of them today, as a layup somehow around and out. USA has cracked triple digits in every game in this tournament. Boozer, that's a long left wing 3, comes up short. That was from Holt. A nice backdoor feed from Reed and Lachlan Crate. The baseline drive and finish. And the 6'7", 17-year-old of the Manawatu Jets getting up for two. Oh, a traveling violation. That was a nice finish either way. It does not count for Ihaka Kate. We get another look at it. That's a tough finish. He won't get credited for it. But Ihaka Kate putting it in with the left hand. Doing that one for pride. USA is 63% from the floor as Chris Senek adds two more down low. It's a 60-point lead for USA. High arcing corner three, splashes in. Ihaka Kate, the points will count that time. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. New Zealand 4 of 20 from distance. Smith rounds the screen. Boozer thought about it. Instead he drives, stops on a dime and scores. Cade and Boozer now 2 of 2 from the floor. 4 points to go along with 5 assists and 3 steals. With time in the third quarter winding down, the layup is good. Clock is stopped with .4 on the clock. The ball movement today has been really impressive. Another nice find from Reed, that time to Mana Martin, who's averaging 5 a game. Last second three off the rim, it won't drop. We reach the end of the third quarter. It's 104-47. USA on top of New Zealand. 10 minutes to play in the first of 2 semifinal matchups from the FIBA U17 World Cup. A look at the shooting from both teams. 68% is USA from the field. So impressive. Of their 43 made field goals, they have 33 assists. And we'll take a look at the best plays from the third quarter. And yep, this is definitely a best play. Look at Brandon McCoy going up top to rattle the rim on top of Teiratna. JJ Mandaquit has had it going today. 15 points. And he's also finding his teammates. Another slam for Brandon McCoy. Koa Pete just beyond the arc from distance. He's also in double figures. But again, incredible ball movement today from New Zealand. Oscar Goodman laying that one in. Mandaquit from deep. And you can see a fan talking about how he holds the ball. It's spinning so well. Jordan Smith was the last player to get on the board with that shot for USA. Tyron Stokes, the hop, step, and jam. USA, it looks like they'll move to 50-0 all-time in the FIBA U17 World Cup. They have won all 6 titles. And after this one, they'll have one more game to win to make it 7 in a row. Ten minutes to go from Sinan Erden Dome in Istanbul, Turkey. The second game of the 2 on this floor. Today will be Italy against Turkey, tipping off at 1 o'clock Eastern. Expecting an incredible game there. And the home fans of Turkey will show up. The capacity in this arena is 16,000, and it'll likely reach that number. Here's Senek, a big height advantage. He drives and gets fouled. Chris Senek will go to the charity stripe. International basketball has really taken off, and players from all over the world are taking over the scene of basketball in the United States. You have international players all across the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo from Greece, Luka Doncic, and those players are facing off today in FIBA's Olympic qualifying tournament. Again, New Zealand had 10 players last season play college basketball in the States. And a foul called on the drive. James Matthews racing to the basket. And he gets bumped from behind by Senate. Only 14 fouls against USA in this game, nobody in trouble. Only 10 against New Zealand, 3 of them against James Matthews. Here's a takeaway. A 5-on-1 the other way. The alley-oop! The dunk missed. Stokes got it back, and he gets the less flashy 2 points. (107-47). Left-handed layup spins off the rim. Harrelson trying to go baseline. He takes on Goodman. Excuse me, that was Dallow defensively for New Zealand. Alongside Sharman White on the bench for USA is Scott Fitch. This is his 18th coaching role for USA basketball. Lob inside for Harrelson. Can't finish, still tipped around, out of bounds. Also with White and Fitch, Chet Mason. He played at Miami of Ohio and in the NBA D-League. He has coached many USA junior teams, including last year's U16 squad that had 8 of these players. And now at the U17 level, this team features 9 5-star recruits. There's Carlos Boozer, the dad of the twins, Cameron and Caden. Carlos was an All-American at Duke. He won a gold medal with Team USA, and his 2 sons, Cameron and Caden, both 5-star recruits, playing incredible basketball here in the U17 World Cup. Cameron averaging just under 20 points per game. Caden is first in this tournament with 6.2 assists. And they're both top 20 recruits in America. Caden ranked 20th in the class of 2025. Boozer is ranked number 2 regardless of class, behind only AJ DeBansa. And Carlos Boozer wearing blue from head to toe. A former Chicago Bull. Again, he had his fair share of experience with USA basketball, winning a gold medal with the senior national team. And he's watching his sons and their USA teammates dominate New Zealand. It's now 111-47. That was Koa Pete catching the lob off the inbound. Dallow pulls it back out. 5 to shoot. Prayer goes up. It cannot be answered from Ball. Up ahead for Pete. Steps into it and drops it in. Koa Pete with 17 points. 6 players in double figures for USA. A long straightaway 3. That's off the heel. Pete the rebound. Here's a 3. It's Mandequit. That's good. JJ Mandequit now tied for a team-high 18 points. 8 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. Another steal. The 22nd of the game for USA. Mandequit passes this one up, and Koa Pete lays it in. Pete with 19 points to go along with 7 rebounds. That's a triple from Lachlan Creighton. Crate makes it 118-50 with 7:16 to play. If you like what you're seeing from the U17 World Cup, take to social media, hashtag FIBA U17 and at NextGenHoops to see highlights, statistics, and more. USA shooting 64% from the field. It's all smiles in their huddle, especially from the head coach, Sharman White. We'll see when White makes the decision to pull the starters and rest them for tomorrow's championship game against the winner of Italy and Turkey. And again, Leighton Haddleton of New Zealand also has that decision to make when he wants to rest his guys for tomorrow's third place game. Still a chance to win bronze for New Zealand, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. They, in the last 2 World Cups, they finished 14th and 12th. And now they have a chance to finish 3rd tomorrow. It's their 3rd time playing in this event, and the 3rd in a row. They did not make the first 4 U17 World Cups. It's the first ever U17 matchup between USA and New Zealand. And it's going just about how most folks expected. A 68-point lead for USA inside 7 to play, and another turnover. The 32nd turnover of the game for New Zealand. And that's just what USA does. They force turnovers. 32 of them per game is their average. Cameron Boozer puts it in again, 16 points. And Boozer now has another double-double. It's his 4th of the tournament, 16 points, now 10 boards. That's a 3. A long one from Mandequit won't go in. Dallow throws it off the foot of Boozer. The lead is 70. The United States are leading this tournament with 125.2 points per game. 38 more than any other team. New Zealand is averaging 86 per game. Looking like they won't get to that average, but that's just what happens when you run into this USA defense. That's a nice take and lay-in. That was Troy Plumtree with the Euro step to the basket. Jaden Toombs goes up, grabs his own miss, can't put it in through contact, but Cameron Boozer follows it for the jam. Cameron Boozer now 8 of 11 from the floor, 18 points, snatching this off the rim after the miss by Toombs. Poked away, a 2-on-1. McCoy takes it himself. Ooh. Brandon McCoy going for his 2nd posterizing dunk of the game. This time it's a foul. That's the 6th steal of the game for Brandon McCoy. And he is 9 of 10 on field goals, 18 points. As a team, USA has 23 steals. They forced 37 turnovers yesterday against Canada. Most of them, though, came from the full court pressure. New Zealand has done a great job breaking that full court press. McCoy 1 for 2, 123-52. Just under halfway through this final quarter of play. Plumtree to the lane, missed the slam. McCoy pushes it ahead, and he threw it behind Caden Boozer, turns it over. The 14th turnover of the game for USA, and McCoy heads to the bench. That's a nice take right around Senek. Lachlan Crate keeping New Zealand energized despite this big deficit. Down low, Senek lost it. A 3-on-1. Not sure if it was an alley-oop attempt, but it results in a turnover. Ahead is Harrelson to give. Boozer fakes. Off glass, won't go. Here's an open look. And the three is good for Lachlan Crate. Lachlan Crate makes it 123-57. He's into double figures. The second to do so for New Zealand, along with Troy Plumtree. Another three. It's a heat check from Crate. Rebound by Tubes. Strong take and lay-in. And a whistle. Another look at this. Jackson Ball, I believe he hit his head on the bottom of the hoop after he laid it in. He immediately grabbed the right side of his head. He walks off under his own power. Always good to see that. Out of the 6 previous tournaments, Ball staying on the floor for New Zealand. The 6 previous tournaments, USA has 5 MVPs. The last event was the only time they did not have the MVP. Izan Almansa of Spain won it, despite USA winning gold. And with the dominance USA has put on, you have to assume they'll have the most valuable player, as Senek missed the poster but got fouled. Cameron Boozer would be my early favorite for the MVP pick. He's third in this tournament with 19.8 points per game, to go along with 8.8 rebounds. AJ Dabansa has also been very impressive, just under 15 a game and 4.3 assists. I mean, with all the talent we have, not just from USA, but all over the place, it's really hard to pick just one. Oscar Goodman of New Zealand was the MVP of last year's U16 Asia Cup. He averaged 14 points per game and 8.3 rebounds in that event. Goodman out of NBA Global Academy in Australia, class of 2025, has led New Zealand to their first ever semifinal appearance. And a foul against Chris Senek. That's the 5th personal against Chris Senek. So Senek will head to the bench, and Stokes replaces him. He'll get rested up for tomorrow's gold medal game. Just over 3 minutes to play. 68-point lead. Ball off on the first free throw out of the Hawke's Bay Hawks in New Zealand's NBL. Averaged 3.4 a game in the 2023-24 season for the Hawks. Boozer left alone. Can't make the defense pay as he comes up short. 3-on-1. The feed off the glass, it's good. Holt attacks the defense and drops it in. Caleb Holt, top 10 regardless of class. We're going back and forth with late twos here. 129-63. Pass inside for Toombs. Sheds off the defense, and one for Jaden Toombs. Toombs has seen the least action out of any player on USA, a team low 11 minutes per game. He was the only player to not score in the historic win over the Philippines in the tournament, averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds per game. The Amarillo, Texas native plays at Dynamic Prep as a junior. He averaged 12.8 points per game and 10.3 rebounds. He converts on the three-point play. A near takeaway by Holt, kept alive. Stokes taps it out of bounds. ESPN recently released their top 10 rankings regardless of class. 7 of those top 10 are on this team for USA. And that is why they are considered the greatest U17 team ever. Strong rebound by Stokes. Tyron Stokes, a great example. He's number 3 regardless of class, and he comes off the bench for this USA squad. Toombs grabs his own miss, puts it in. He has 7 points. Stokes the takeaway. He rises up for the reverse jam. Tyron Stokes now with 13 points. He has offers from Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, UNC. Could it be the hometown school, Louisville? Third in this tournament with 5.2 assists per game. 136-63. Under 2 minutes to go after the New Zealand timeout. 8 players in double figures for USA. New Zealand is 6 of 26 from beyond the three-point line. And they have 35 turnovers. Shooting 35% from the field as a team. Again, New Zealand should not be ashamed of this loss. USA is a different animal than New Zealand has seen, and after placing 14th and 12th in the last 2 World Cups, a chance to play for bronze tomorrow, an incredible opportunity for New Zealand. A 3 is up, off the mark. USA will move on to the championship game to take on the winner of Italy and Turkey. Harrelson drills the 3. And Jalen Harrelson now with 7. Italy and Turkey again will tip off at 1 o'clock Eastern in what is expected to be a much closer game than this one. A takeaway. Harrelson going up. He wanted to take on the contact. It's a foul against Plumtree. He could not throw it down through the foul. Yeah, Jalen Harrelson seeked out the contact, trying to add to USA's posterizing highlights today. The road to the championship for USA. They beat Philippines 141-45 in the round of 16. They beat Canada in a highly anticipated matchup 111-60 yesterday in the quarterfinals. They never trailed. And now this big win over New Zealand will send them to the gold medal game. .54 points off turnovers for USA in this game. 73 fast break points. And they have 96 points in the paint. 141 to 63. Inside a minute to go in the first semifinal matchup in the FIBA U17 World Cup. Tubes can't keep it alive, but it was last touched by Crate of New Zealand. Baseline inbound for USA. And good news for the fans in USA, they don't have to wake up early. An 8 a.m. Eastern tip-off yesterday, a 10 a.m. Eastern tip-off today, but no need to worry tomorrow with a 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off, 8 o'clock local time here in Istanbul, Turkey. Jaden Toombs having his biggest game here in this World Cup, up to 9 points. Why not add to it with the time winding down? Jalen Harrelson with a one-handed flush, and he's into double figures. There's a layup. Shot clock is turned off. USA will not dribble it out. Three-pointer off the mark. Plumtree with a rebound. And Troy Plumtree will dribble this one out. The United States are headed to the gold medal game where they will face the winner of Turkey and Italy. The final score, 145 to 65. An 80-point victory over New Zealand in the semifinals. New Zealand will head to the third place game. The loser of Turkey and Italy awaits them. The final score brought to you by Tissot, 145 to 65. USA dominates New Zealand. Another incredible showing from the United States of America. 9 players scoring in double figures. And they are headed to the gold medal game tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. So for our entire production crew, I'm Michael Cerroti saying I'll see you when I see ya. The final score from Sinan Erden Dome in Istanbul, Turkey, 145 to 65. The USA beat New Zealand and head to the gold medal game. Thanks for tuning in.